Work hard, and you'll succeed. We've all heard this advice. But what if I told you that millions of people work harder than most of us ever will, yet they remain trapped in poverty? The uncomfortable truth is that hard work alone doesn't guarantee wealth. Today, we're diving deep into why hardworking people stay poor and what really determines financial success in our world. Let's start by acknowledging something important. Hard work matters, but it's not the complete equation. Think about a construction worker carrying heavy materials in scorching heat for 12 hours a day, or a nurse working double shifts to make ends meet, or a farmer tilling land from dawn to dusk. These people work incredibly hard, often much harder than corporate executives or business owners, yet the executives earn exponentially more. Why? Because our economic system doesn't reward effort, it rewards value creation, leverage, and ownership. The brutal reality: you can work yourself to exhaustion and still struggle financially if you're reworking in the wrong systems or under the wrong conditions. The fundamental problem: most hardworking people are stuck in what I call the time-form-money trap. They earn wages or hourly rates, which means their income has a ceiling. There are only 24 hours in a day. Key concept: linear versus exponential income. Linear income: you work 1 hour, you get paid for 1 hour. You stop working, you stop earning. Exponential income: you create something once a business system, intellectual property, or investments, and it generates returns repeatedly. A factory worker might produce $10,000 worth of goods in a day, but take home $100. The factory owner captures the difference. This isn't necessarily evil, it's how capital accumulation works, but it explains why workers stay poor while owners become wealthy. The time poverty cycle: when you're working multiple jobs just to survive. You have no time to learn new skills, build a side business, invest in yourself, network, or create opportunities. Poverty becomes a trap that feeds itself. Here's something most school systems don't teach: how money actually works. What financial literacy includes: understanding compound interest, knowing the difference between assets and liabilities, how to budget and save effectively, investment principles, tax optimization, credit management. Most hardworking people were never taught these concepts. They might keep all their money in low-interest savings accounts by liabilities, thinking they're investments like expensive cars. Fall into high-interest debt traps, miss out on employer retirement benefits, not understand how inflation erodes their purchasing power. Example: someone earning $40,000 a year who learns to invest even $200 monthly at a 7% return could accumulate over $240,000 in 30 years. Without this knowledge, that opportunity never materializes. The wealthy teach their children about money from a young age. The poor and middle class often don't, perpetuating the cycle. Let's be honest, individual effort exists within larger systems that can either enable or prevent success. 1. Lack of starting capital. You need money to make money through investments. Starting a business often requires significant capital without savings. You can't take entrepreneurial risks too. Educational barriers. Quality education often costs money. Student debt can cripple earning potential for decades without credentials. Many high-paying jobs are inaccessible. 3. Healthcare costs. One medical emergency can wipe out years of savings. Chronic illness can prevent consistent work in many countries. Healthcare costs are devastating. 4. Geographic location. Born in an area with limited opportunities, no access to good schools, jobs, or infrastructure. Moving requires resources. Most poor people don't have 5. Discrimination and bias. Race, gender, age, and background affect hiring and promotion. Some people face systemic barriers, others never encounter networking opportunities, are often closed to outsiders. 6. The poverty tax. Being poor is expensive. Higher interest rates, no bulk buying discounts, predatory lending, can't afford quality items. So you buy cheap versions, repeatedly. Banking fees, late payment penalties, payday loans. Not all hard work is equal. Working hard in a dead-end job with no advancement potential keeps you poor. Questions to ask: does your work build transferable skills? Is there potential for income growth? Are you building equity or just earning wages? Does your industry have a future? The skill-value gap? Some people work extremely hard, but in roles that the market undervalues. A caregiver might work as hard as a software engineer, but society pays them vastly different amounts. Strategic versus tactical work. Tactical work, completing tasks. staying busy, strategic work, building systems, creating leverage, positioning for growth, many. Hardworking poor people are stuck in tactical work, with no time or knowledge to shift toward strategic work. So, what can hardworking people do to break the cycle? 1. Develop financial literacy. Read books. Take free online courses. Learn about budgeting, investing, and wealth building. Understand how the wealthy manage money to create multiple income streams, side hustles. Freelancing, passive income. Don't rely on a single source of income. Start small, but start 3. Invest in high-value skills. Digital skills, coding, marketing, sales skills that scale and command higher pay, certifications that open doors for, build assets, not liabilities, focus on acquiring things that generate income, real estate, stocks, businesses, intellectual property. Avoid debt on depreciating items. 5. Network and seek mentorship. Your network is your net worth. Find people who've succeeded in areas you want to grow. Community and connections create opportunities. 6. Think long-term. Delayed gratification is key to wealth building. Small, consistent actions compound over time. Here's the truth. Hard work is necessary, but not sufficient for wealth. The system is structured in ways that make it difficult for hardworking people to get ahead through labor alone. But understanding the game changes everything. Once you recognize that time for money has limits, financial literacy is power. Strategic positioning matters more than just effort. Building assets creates freedom. You can start making different choices. The goal isn't to work harder, it's to work smarter, to understand how wealth is really created, and to position yourself to capture more of the value you generate. Hard work should be honored and rewarded while we work to create a more just economic system. Individuals can take steps to break free from poverty. It starts with knowledge, continues with strategic action, and compounds over time. Thanks for watching. If this opened your eyes, share it with someone who needs to hear this message.